I think one of the things we're really proud of, actually, it's one company which, although family owned, this idea of the glass ceiling is not really present in TCS, because even our current CEO, our group CEO, is somebody who started life as a courier. Our chief operating officer started life as a courier.
Wow.
Our regional head started life as a courier, right at that operational front line. So the company has really allowed for the growth of good quality talent to move up, because there was need for talent and there was need for that managerial expertise. And they were sort of trained within the ethos of the company, and so that's invaluable. They
Right.
have really helped in the growth of the company. So I think for us, for TCS, really the misalignment with professional management happened when professional management came from outside the logistics space. And in 2014, we did have professional management that came in, very good qualified people.
But they came from the banking
They
sector.
came from the banking sector.
But why would... So that was a big question for me. Why from the
Yeah.
banking? Because it's so different. Banking
Yeah.
is professional services, suited,
Yes.
booted. Logistics is just dark and
Yeah,
dungy, you know?
yeah, absolutely. And so that led to a certain misalignment. So I wouldn't sort of use a broad brush and say professional management has worked or hasn't worked. I think it has worked spectacularly well in our company. I think if the professional management, again, personal opinion, when it rises through the ranks and is familiar with the culture of the company, the ethos, and its own spirit, its DNA, those professional managers tend to make decisions that are better aligned with shareholder values, founders' vision. If they are transplanted from outside, they tend not to last too long within TCS. And so, I think it's, I hope that answers the question, but I think professional management is very important. The other thing I just want to mention is that it also depends on, as the shareholder or the shareholding entity, in this case, it was largely my father. He has a work style which is, he gives a lot of autonomy to people, right? Now, when you give in a sector, in a company that already has growth momentum, when you give people autonomy, there's an entrepreneurial spirit, magic happens. And it did. By the time the second generation comes around, you have a little bit of a sense of there's a certain amount of unchecked growth. Scale can come back to actually haunt you in certain ways. So you need to, as a second generation, perhaps, and this is again, I'm speaking more from my own personal experience, you start looking at autonomy versus accountability, and you start really thinking more on the accountability. How do I put corporate governance in place so that whilst professional management is empowered, there is more oversight, perhaps, so that we don't have massive misallocations of capital which are not aligned with the overall vision.